want to show you how I make my concrete plates. This is my 80-pound and this is my 50-pound. They're made out of concrete. I can make 2 of these 50 pounds for $20. All right, so here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need some PVC 2-inch. That's gonna be your sleeve, all right? You're gonna need some pure silicone caulk, a roll of duct tape, and I like to use a cutoff grinder. It just makes everything simple. So I make my molds from trash cans. The reason why I make them from trash cans is they got these fantastic grips at the bottom. Just makes for a great plate. I suggest getting a trash can, something similar. All right, we got 2 of them obviously, but you only need 1. For each bag you only need a ½ gallon of water, but maybe they're different depending on your brand, but read the directions. And obviously you're gonna need something to mix it in. Get a bucket and a shovel. All right, so now we're on to the PVC sleeve. Now we're gonna take a cutoff grinder and we've placed these grooves in it with the cutoff grinder just to give it something, the concrete, something to hold on to, so it just don't slip out of place. Okay, we scuffed it up, right? Now, going on to these trash can molds, you see this circular area? We're just gonna use that to eyeball it up, right? So, we're gonna place our PVC down at the bottom. And what we're gonna do is, we're just gonna take our silicone and just hold this thing in place. All right, that's it, right? So I'm gonna smooth that out. I don't need too much. It just helps it stick. Now, let that dry, and then we're gonna fill it with concrete. But I like to take a little bit of duct tape just across the top, just to kind of hold it together so it doesn't slip out of place. So we're gonna do that now. So I just take 2 strips. Take 1 strip this way. All right, 1 more strip. And I hold it this way. That way everything just stays together when I'm pouring in the concrete. Nothing fancy, right? All right, so we're gonna let that dry and we're gonna mix up our concrete. All right, so now we're on to mixing up our concrete. We're gonna do that as the silicone dries. Now, I don't weigh my stuff out because the way these come from the company, these things are spot on, let me tell you. Every one of these that I made, after they're done dry, they were 50 pounds. So this bag says ½ gallon of water. So we're gonna mix this separately and then we're gonna add it to our mold. Weights cost a lot of money. And if I can make 2 plates for $20 worth of concrete, that's a good deal in my book. And besides, this whole thing is, you know, it's sort of enjoyable. Our silicone is set, and we're gonna start filling. All right, we got our concrete and our mold mix. I'm just gonna take my coffee cup here and I'm just gonna push it around. Just make sure it's nice and centered. Now you want to pat it, right? You want to pat it, and you're knocking out the air bubbles. Here, you'll see little air bubbles come to the top. That's good enough for me. I'm probably just gonna let this sit here overnight. I'm gonna throw me a tarp on top of it just to keep the moisture off of it. Tomorrow, when I flip it, I'm gonna cut the PVC flat with my cutoff grinder. You know, I'm just gonna leave this on here. That way I don't have to do any measuring. I just glue it to it and do it.